Hey folks, welcome back to HeartGold vs. Crystal. We are here heading off to the west to Celadon City, where we will find yet another gym badge. We are racking them up very quickly. Also, very short route right there. Route 7, pretty pathetic. Anyway, Celadon City. Celadon City is kind of the fun party metropolitan capital compared to Saffron City being the technological capital kind of place. So here we will find, first off, another game corner with Voltorb Cliff, which is an unholy abomination that shall not be spoken of, and also a cool shopping center that we will visit a bit later. Anyway, you can see there are a number of prizes, including various Pokémon and various technical machines, if you are so inclined, and hidden machine, or regular items, I guess. Unfortunately, none of them really strike my fancy. Already got Psychic, so... Now, these could strike your fancy, depending on your strategy. I'm not going to go into depth about what each and every one does, because they're gone, and we're never going back. But there are viable uses for a lot of those. Anyway, don't mind me going back to the Pokemon Center a lot. Down this away we have, what is this? This is a restaurant. You don't see many fine eating establishments around here, but this is Maylene. She's making a cameo. She's a 4th generation Sinnoh gym leader. 3rd gym leader, fighting type. Pretty neat. She likes to eat. And I like how she's surrounded by a bunch of fat guys and one woman. And she's totally dominating. It shows what being an athlete can do. Anyway, there's an old man who likes to hang out kind of in his secluded sanctuary here. I believe he's here in red, blue, and yellow as well. Yeah, we're dealing with pollution right now. This whole, like, western area of the middle of the continent isn't too healthy. There are a lot of sludge Pokemon on the cycling road off to the west, and also in Fuchsia City to the south. Can only imagine that they would begin to encroach upon Celadon. Anyway, Choice Scarf. I was very surprised that I got that. It is a hold item, wherein if you hold it, your speed is incredibly boosted. I don't know how much, I don't remember the numbers. But you can only use one move. Once you choose your move, you are stuck with it until you switch out. So it's really great for a lot of metagame use, where you are basically using a one-trick pony, and there's a lot of switching out anyway. But not so much for in-game, unless you have somebody who just can completely steamroll everybody with anything. Oh, speaking of cameos, hey, look, this is Crasher Wake, my completely not romantic favorite character from the 4th Gen Sinnoh games. He is the 4th gym leader. He is a water type user, and he loves his masks. Look at this guy. It's giving you little masks for each of the Sinnoh starters that I believe can be used for dress up. It's for the Pokemon, not for me, unfortunately. Crasher Wake is the best. Anyway, yeah, we're here in the department store, and here you can buy just about anything you would ever want to buy, except, unfortunately, for elemental stones, which they sold in red, blue, and yellow, but not anymore. Probably have become more rare after they, like, sold all their stock in the originals. In general, it's a place to get a bunch of potions in bulk, or buy some TMs, or various other things, or you can buy some things here on the rooftop. You can get stuff from the vending machines. It's a little less useful considering we are, like, past the end of the game now, so, like, every kind of item has become pretty much a commodity, except metagame items, which aren't sold here, so... Still a cool place to go. Now then, we've spent quite enough time dilly-dallying around the rest of the city. Didn't show off the mansion, though. Whatever. Wait, where am I going? Oh, I'm probably going to heal, okay. We've spent enough time dilly-dallying around. It's time to go take on the gym. Now, the gym's kind of weird in this town. For whatever reason, they decided to force you to bring along a Pokemon with Cut in order to get there. Like, and it's included in the gym puzzle as well. So you're basically just forced to take along a weak link of sorts, which sucks. And look, yeah, cut trees in the gym. I understand it's thematically appropriate because this is indeed a grass-type gym, but good lord, it's annoying because no one in their right mind would still be using Cut after having defeated the Elite Four. Silly, ridiculous, dumb. Anyway, variety of trainers in here, of course, including a double battle with twins. Now, although this is a grass-type gym, you will find a lot of poison types in here, because a lot of the first-generation Pokemon were double-typed. They were grass poison types, including Vileplume there and Victory Bell there. And of course, having those poison moves is not a good thing for Frida, because although Frida now has a really strong Psychic-type move, which would be super effective against those poison types, their opposing type moves are still super effective against Frida, and Frida isn't the most durable thing in the world, because Frida hasn't evolved yet. I'm working on that, don't worry. But the nice thing is, I have a lot of options to use against these kinds of Pokemon. I can use the Psychic-type moves when they're part poison. I've got Webster, who has poison-type moves to be super effective against their grass-type, although that might be cancelled out by the poison-type, I'm not sure. And then I have Bree, who has Fly and Flamethrower, which will do a good amount of damage on all grass types. So, got a lot of options, just gotta make sure that I don't die, because that would be bad. Anyway, still stuck with Sludge Bomb. We are gonna get a better Poison-type move. It's a good Poison-type move, but not on Webster, because the whole physical special thing. So that's a bit of a problem in terms of taking care of these guys, but I think we should be able to manage just fine. Especially since they can't really touch a bug poison type with grass type moves, those aren't going to be very effective. And that takes care of these twins. Now you'll find Vileplume and Victory Bell kind of tied together and corresponding a lot, because they are both first-generation grass poison Pokemon that are version exclusive to Red and Blue and evolve via Leaf Stone. So, they're counterparts in that regard. And you can just take care of them more or less the same way. But of course, stupid Vileplume got special favoritism because it got a split evolution in the second gen, but Victory Bell's still the same. Although I could and will make the argument that Victory Bell didn't need a split evolution because Victory Bell is cool as hell. See what I did there? It rhymed. Crazy. Anyway, once you make your way through this maze, we can head up to the gym leader, who is kind of weird and ditzy and probably high right now. And we will take her on after this commercial break. Alright, gym battle versus Erica, grass-type user. And I think a lot of people actually like to take her on before taking on Sabrina in these games, because she's a little bit weaker, I guess, and also doesn't use psychic types. Now, a lot of her strategy, I think, relies on this sunny day business. Sunny day being a weather condition that boosts fire moves, aids a number of grass-type moves, and activates the abilities of a lot of grass-type Pokemon. So she'll have that set up a lot. So if you have a fire-type, it's actually a great opportunity to use it, because all their fire-type moves will be boosted in power, and will do more damage, and being super effective will probably kill all these dudes quite handily. And I do technically have that with Flamethrower on Bree, but this is Webster's time to shine, so I really want to have Webster do most of the work here. Anyway, there's a Victory Bell. Hello, Victory Bell. And Victory Bell, unfortunately, being part poison, resists somewhat our poison-type moves. Makes it neutral anyway. And you can see this Leech Seed business. It's gonna be annoying. It makes any sort of Battle of Attrition that I want to do less optimal, since that's basically going to work in their favor the longer the match goes on. So it's really just better to take these guys out in one fell swoop, use a glass cannon or something. Anyway, Flamethrower making good on my claim. Dang. Yeah, those are critical, but still pretty impressive, pretty good. I probably needed the critical for the one-shot, but it would have been like a two-shot otherwise. Anyway, here's a Tangela. Tangela is a hell of a weird thing. It's another example of a Pokemon that did get a 4th generation evolution, but she doesn't have it here. She'll have it when you rematch her later on, if you decide to do so. And it's kind of a bulky, crazy, weird thing. I used one once, and it was actually pretty interesting. Definitely wasn't the star of the team, but it was definitely very interesting to use. It's one of those Pokemon that I don't think really gets its fair due. Mostly because it's kind of funny looking. No offense. Anyway, you can see that move, Ancient Power. That is actually the key to evolving it. I believe, if I remember right, if it levels up knowing Ancient Power, it will evolve. So, I guess this one just learned it at this level or something? I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, bringing out Everett, I feel so ashamed. Don't worry, Everett isn't going to be the Dominator. Partially because we've already taken care of half our team with somebody besides Everett. But we do have other things planned for taking care of this girl. Oh, right, yeah, Jump Bluff. We didn't actually take care of half the team without Everett, but whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Jump Bluff is the only non-first generation Pokemon on our team right now. It's the final form of Hoppip. I don't like it as much as Hoppip, as most of you can probably assume. I'm not going to go too far into detail about that. But it is one of those kind of status Pokemon. It'll boost its speed in Sunshine, I think, and then set up all sorts of Leech Seed or status, the Stun Spore, etc., and annoy the hell out of you. Don't let it do that. And then we are moving on to the final member of her team. And Bellossom is kind of I want to say it's the most dangerous on her team. I think it's definitely the highest level. It is the alternate evolution to Vileplume, and unlike Vileplume, it is actually pure grass type rather than grass poison. Anyway, it's dangerous because it has Solar Beam, and if she set up Sunny Day, Solar Beam does not require a charge turn. So you've got a 1-turn stabbed Solar Beam. That's going to do a lot of damage on basically anybody. Like, you can see Everett here. Didn't take too kindly to it. Anyway, the backside, the drawback to Solar Beam on her front is that it is relatively low PP, so you don't even have to do that much PP stalling in order to get rid of it. But if you don't have a fast fire type or something, or fast flying type, you may have to resort to that, or you may have to cycle through revives and just periodically your entire team gets one-shotted by Solar Beams, or you wait for the sun to fade away, which it will eventually, and that'll give you an extra turn to get an attack or something. Sunny Day usually lasts 5 turns. I don't think any of her Pokemon have that special hold item that extends it to 8 turns, and she definitely doesn't have a Groudon, so it's not permanent. But anyway, this continues on for a while, so let's fast forward back over to here, wherein Solar Beam finally kind of does its thing. and you've never seen it before. Actually, you might have seen it before. Ever it faints. Ridiculous. Amazing. Truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And in the meantime, I revived Webster, so we can get in a Sludge Bomb while it sets up the Sunny Day, and hopefully this will be a fairly quick thing to take care of. Okay, it's a 2-shot. Yeah, that whole special aspect of Sludge Bomb really coming into play now. Now that the kind of the difference between Webster's special and physical attack stats is so wide. But thanks to Webster being a total boss and resisting every aspect of Solar Beam, not too worried about it, and Blossom goes down. So see, there you go. Webster, doing some good in the world. And that takes care of the HeartGold fight. Check out the Crystal fight after this commercial break. Alrighty, Crystal fight. Now I'm gonna blow your mind here. I'll bet you've never heard this before. Lower levels and worse AI make this an easier fight. Crazy. Anyway, leading with Tangela rather than with Jumpluff for whatever reason, I don't know. Doesn't seem to make much of a difference. But the big difference for me here is that Webster has Sludge Bomb, but Sludge Bomb is physical in this generation rather than special, which means it's running off Webster's superior physical attack stat, and that means it's going to do a lot more damage to the opponents, generally. It doesn't make everything a one-shot, as you can see, but it's still very, very nice. I've got Tangela down, good to go. Easy peasy. And then Victory Bell. Victory Bell, of course, part poison, again. And I could try Dig, actually, against this Victory Bell, because that would prey a bit off the poison type. But I have a feeling that Sludge Bomb, with all the various numerical calculations and advantages, would still end up doing more damage. I didn't run through all the calculations, but as you can see, it's a 3-shot anyway, and this Victory Bell isn't doing much damage to Webster. So let's just go with this. This works out pretty well. Oh, that's why. Screw you. Screw you and your Hyper Potion shenanigans. Yeah, this brings to mind the big drawback of Sludge Bomb is that it only has 10 PP. So even though it is much better in this generation, for Webster, anyway, it still has limited usage, and I should probably be saving it for the Pokemon that's actually super effective against, but I don't think I was thinking that through at the time of the recording here. Don't use it. Don't. Oh, you fool. And see, it has Synthesis. Synthesis being a self-healing move to kind of take the place of a potion when you're out of potions, or it's a Wi-Fi battle where you can't use them. And it's annoying because that means I have to use even more Sludge Bombs or other various moves. And I believe that the power of Synthesis, the recovery power, is actually boosted in Sunshine. So having the sun fade away is definitely to my advantage. Unless I'm a total lunatic and there was no Sunshine to begin with in Generation 2, and I was just like pretending that and it was a figment of my imagination. But that's definitely a property of Synthesis in later generations, so keep that in mind if you're ever facing Synthesis. Oh my, you are doing this, aren't you? You can see I'm just ever so slightly kind of getting the better of his Synthesis. I'm doing slightly more damage than he heals, which means if I keep doing this, or luckily outspeed him, he will go down. You see, Bree has an experience share, that's why she's getting some levels there. Anyway, now Bellossom. Again, the one we want to be worried about. And whoa, that is a much lower level than HeartGold. That's a full 10 lower level. That's pretty whack. And of course, Bellossom, being a pure grass type, can be taken down quite handily with Sludge Bomb. And since the sun isn't out right now, the solar beam takes a turn to charge, and that's enough for Blossom to go down without any sort of trouble. But now I'm completely out of sludge bombs, which is unfortunate, and we still need to take care of this Jumpluff, so who could possibly take care of a Jumpluff? Clearly Chikorita would be the one. Now let's bring in our designated flying type, who has Fly, but I'm using Headbutt. Why, you ask? Well, probably because I misclicked. But anyway, you can see here Jumpluff is doing very much the same thing that it did in the HeartGold fight, setting up Leech Seed and annoying the hell out of me and kind of draining my HP and healing its own. And that Leech Seed is actually annoying for me because Bree's only flying type move is Fly, and that is a two-turn move, which means that Jumpluff gets 2 turns worth of Leech Seed healing for every turn that I get to attack it. And that's annoying as hell. And that's going to make this into a 3-hit KO, which is a 6-turn KO. So he doesn't get any worse with these stupid Giga Drains. Now, those Giga Drains are not doing much at all, you can see. And this is back when Giga Drain had obscenely low HP, or PP. So, yeah, not too worried about that. Anyway, I think that's just outside of Headbutt KO range, so let's go for Fly again. Hope that Leech Seed doesn't, on the off chance, like, somehow KO Bree mid-air. It would be unfortunate. Come on, you got this. We got this. Yep, and there we go. Jumpluff goes down. Not too difficult. Probably the most difficult Pokemon of the fight, but not very difficult at all. Again, the significantly lower levels makes things even more easy peasy. So now we get the Rainbow Badge. Fantabulous. Now, I've kind of trashed on HeartGold and Soul Silver for not really fixing the level curve and still being too easy in Kanto. I stand by that statement, but you can tell, especially in fights like this, that they really did up the levels quite a bit. It just clearly was not enough. Anyway, now we just gotta backtrack through this maze, and of course, because I'm terrible at navigation, I've already forgotten how to get through. It doesn't really help that I can't tell where the doorways exactly are. Keep bumping into the sides of the door frames. Almost there. Good lord, I'm the worst at mazes. Alright, there we go, we're out. And now we can just head back to the gym, or the Pokemon Center, after talking with the Madre here. And let's head back. And of course you still need to cut one more time to get out of here. But that's not too bad, and I will see you guys next time for a little detour. No gym next time, but something just as exciting.